Hi everyone, so we are at the final full day of our vlog commentary series. I honestly thought to start with we were going to do just the first episode, but I've really been enjoying this.
It's been a lot of fun. I've really liked reliving it all, and it's been fun talking it over. So this is our penultimate one of these. Actually using that correctly this week, not incorrectly like last week. And we've got one more, which will be the final day. But this is like our final real day.
Final, pre-final, final.
All right.
So this morning we're off to Kona Cafe.
What's in that building above our head? Because there's the bell services underneath. Well, what's above it?
Well, that's just part of the atrium, isn't it?
Well,
It's just like glass and then empty all the way down. It's just like a tall part to make the building look cool, and then bring in lots of light.
Oh, this is Memorial Day, which is... We're not going to be there for Memorial Day next time. Which is probably a good thing, because Memorial Day is always really busy. We got an Uber. We were like so on that. Oh, look at the people coming in. They're starting their holiday on our last day.
You were so angry at those people.
Oh.
You love being that person.
I love being that person.
You really hate seeing those people more than anything else.
I want it to be my first day every day, not their first day. They don't deserve it. I deserved it more. Families taking their kids on a holiday, enjoying themselves.
So we're talking about Uber promo codes for ages. It was fairly new to us.
Hashtag spawn.
Not spawn.
Oh, I don't think Uber sponsors everyone. They don't need to. They got that Uber money.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
Do you know why I'm like not really talking? I'm stressed. So I've spoken before about how I get travel anxiety really bad. This is like travel anxiety at its prime. I'm just really anxious of the fact that I don't think I'm going to make our dining reservation, and that the bus has got a queue, and I'm just kind of like,
You're just literally freaking out like it's so bad and going to be so awful.
I'm still freaking out here. You can tell, you just see on my face that I'm not.
Yeah, you're not fun when it looks like your plan's not going to go well. You're like so stressed out about it, but just like so and it's like, oh, just.
But look, see, I'm calming down now because we're there. And we had 40 minutes, didn't we, or something? Or 20 minutes?
So early.
No, I think it was 20 minutes we had.
So early.
Yeah, but we might not have been out, and that's why you've got to be prepared. Oh, the little luau guy.
I think you were also being really stressed this day because you were like, all my stuff doesn't fit in my case. Like,
oh, yeah.
This
my
was the
stuff
day where
didn't
you were
fit.
like, nothing fits.
Isn't this when I was really unwell as well?
A little bit, yeah.
I had the worst headache because I didn't drink Fanta. No, I didn't drink Coke.
Yeah, you were like off the caffeine and you're getting caffeine migraines and you weren't drinking enough water.
No, so I was just antsy.
So we did like this brief walk around, but you really weren't feeling it, so I was like, let's just go inside.
I don't know, I like Polynesian, but I don't love the Polynesian.
To be honest, this brief walk around made us glad we didn't stay there, because it was definitely top of our list, and we were like, we'll stay there even though they're renovating and doing loads of work and stuff, it'd be great, and we got there and we were like...
It's nice, it's just not... Like, I appreciate people be like, it's way better than Port Orleans, but to me, it didn't
offer anything that we wanted.
Yeah.
Like, it was huge, and there were loads and loads of more people there, and...
Because it's on the monorail loop, everyone goes to visit it.
We didn't really find that appealing, and they were like, the pool's amazing! It's like, we didn't go in the pool, like, we wouldn't have gone in the pool.
I actually don't think... We didn't even go in the pool in our resort once, did we?
Nope. Because we just go to a water park, like, once or twice, and then that's it, that's enough. So this was like a bit of a reassurance because we were like, actually, yeah, no, we made a really good choice because I was a bit worried that we were going to turn up here and you're going to be like, I wanted to stay here. We made a huge mistake.
Nah.
We didn't, which was great because I don't think I could have dealt with that from you.
Yeah.
I think you probably should.
This is where you were like, you must get the Tonga toast. And I was like, but I just wasn't sure and I felt loads of pressure to get the Tonga toast. I got it and I didn't like it.
Oh, well. At least now you know.
Mm-hmm. Knowing is half the battle.
It is. It is half the battle. Relaxing music, though.
It is relaxing music.
And it is definitely nice here.
Her exercising in Disney World.
2 weeks off from all of that.
Yeah, that's why you... Well, I didn't really exercise before. Monorail.
I had so much coffee today.
You had so much coffee, like...
Literally the whole thing. I was just...
Like a Kona
buzzing.
coffee, wasn't it? And it was like, what's it called, a cafetiere?
Yes.
Whole cafetiere of Kona coffee.
Yeah, in a second, like, you'll be able to see all of the camera's going to be shaky. I'm going to be bouncing off the walls. Just, so much caffeine.
Mm-hmm. This is when I was worrying about the case, wasn't I?
Yeah, and you were like,
I try and get a case.
yeah, gotta go get a case.
I just get so... I just don't know. It's just a
You
life
just
choice.
can't not panic about it.
I know. Travel anxiety is like my thing. I just anything to do with it. And I'm like, oh, I need to get all my plushies home. I need to. I can't leave them in the hotel.
And I was like, it'll be fine.
They'll throw them
We'll
away.
work out a way. Like, we will make it work. And like, even with getting there in the morning, like, it wasn't gonna be that we were that late.
Yeah, but you didn't book all the dining with your credit card linked. I did. Credit card pressure, huh?
It would have been okay.
No, we weren't okay. We must have got there on time.
And we
Must
did.
have. Mustard.
We...
That's a really disgusting yellow colour from the ceiling of that bit.
So yeah, we're just gonna head through.
I don't know. It's
Nah.
alright.
Nah.
I don't hate it.
I hate it.
Why? What's so wrong about
Because
it?
it's meant to be like futuristic because the monorail and it's yellow. It doesn't go with anything else.
What, they don't have yellow in the future?
Well, it doesn't look right.
After
Doesn't
2025?
look right!
Just outlawed.
Just shout at someone. Look at it. It looks so out of place.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, you're wrong though. You don't understand. Like everything else is blue and grey and then it's yellow.
Plenty of time to get there.
Why is this making me so annoyed?
I really don't know. I've never seen you get this angry about a colour before.
I don't really like yellow.
That's good to know.
Yeah, they would, but we.
I think it's one of my least favourite colours. Your cup's yellow.
Yeah, all the
My
yellow.
drink's yellow.
Oh my god, you're surrounded by the yellow.
That one with Mickey looked like he's squished in there. It's terrifying. I know it's trying to be cute. It's not. It's terrifying. It looks like you've smuggled a child into the case.
I think it would be better if it took up like the full side panel, but where it doesn't, it looks like he's squashed into an invisible box that isn't even the size of the case.
Yeah.
Like if he went right up to the edges, I think that would be a lot cooler. But as it is, it looks like there's a second, smaller imaginary box that he's in. I don't understand.
I think that's the one I ended up getting. And then I don't know if we even mentioned this in the vlog. So I got it back to the resort. Somehow still managed to fit everything in my one case. And I was going to keep that anyway. But it was so poorly made. I was like, for $240. $240. I was like...
I thought it was 180 and then it was going to be 60 to take it home. I thought that was where
It was 180 before tax. It was definitely over 200.
Really?
Yeah.
I told you we should have just gone somewhere to get you one.
It was too late!
No, because I was like, we could go to an actual shop and buy a real case.
Well, I
for less
managed
than
to make it all fit in my one
that,
case.
which was a relief. Yeah.
And then this lady was getting stressed out because I was buying some magic bands for my brothers to activate when they got home. And she's like, you cannot walk away from this stand without the magic bands. Like, she wouldn't let me walk around the shop with them.
Yeah.
They had to be activated then. And I was like, well, they're for a gift. And they've got a trip, they're going to link it later. And she's like, okay. But you have to pay here, though. I was like, okay.
I think it was probably because like a lot of people have been like buying them and wandering off, or like
If you can,
I don't know.
obviously visit an outlet mall
They've
and
obviously
buy
had some
a case
issues
from
with
there,
that
but if you
somewhere.
can't, just get one of the Disney ones. They're nice.
They're not nice, Sarah. You're just trying to justify the money to yourself. Oh my god, it was so muggy this day. And not even like in the Love Island way, like it was so muggy. Whoa.
Very humid. Very, very humid.
I think this was the most unbearable day for the weather. Not because it was sunny. I don't mind the heat. It's the humidity that gets me.
Yeah, it was a very, very thick day. It was hard to breathe.
It was hard to breathe. That is a good description of what it was.
Yeah.
We
Wet.
take about 10 steps outside and it feels like it's about to start raining again, so we're going to head into...
It really did feel like it was going to start raining.
It didn't.
And then I thought it did.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure it did.
Given them enough money today.
I don't know.
I will have some
Maybe we were wrong. I'm just very overcautious. Like, feel it coming. It's gonna rain. We're gonna get wet. We have to go inside somewhere. Because Sarah will moan if she gets wet.
I don't like being wet.
No.
Cup goals! This place is always so sticky. Always sticky. And I can't imagine that people throw that much soda around that it's that sticky like as you first walk in.
Well, it worked.
I think they do.
No.
I think you really underestimate like how much people spill stuff.
Oh, I've still got those stickers from Alani, and I now really want to go to Alani. Thanks, Disney Vacation Club guy.
Man, marketing works so well on you.
Like a little EPCOT ball between our heads.
Yeah.
This is where we saw the creepy fish. It was like creepy. Do you not remember the creepy fish?
I don't remember the creepy fish. Tell me
There was
about the creepy fish.
It was a fish, and it was like coming up on the water.
Oh, yeah,
A
yeah.
bit
He was
like a snake. He
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
being all stealthy, but not. Because I noticed
coming
him.
up to like pop bubbles with his face. And,
Yeah,
like,
it
it's like, oh,
was.
this looks weird.
Yeah, stupid fish.
My breakfast was a giant piece of sugar.
Oh man, I didn't feel great at this point. I was
No.
like, I want something savoury though to like balance out my palate.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Didn't we just go get like
Pretzels.
Boy,
That was it, yeah.
We got a pretzels.
we forgot to come see these guys last
We
time.
cut this bit, I can't remember why, but just before this bit there was a kid running at us because there was a puddle in front of him, and his parents were like, do not jump in the puddle when there are people around. And I was like, I appreciate that you are not training but teaching your child to be conscious of other people.
Yeah, like really, we don't care if you get wet, like just stop
Starting to rain
being
again a
annoying to
little bit.
everyone else. That was kind of cool, because there were a lot of kids like jumping and splashing in the
I
puddles,
don't
and
think
like,
so.
you don't want to be like, stop that, because it's Disney World and they're having fun, but at the same time you're like, I
I'm
could
getting
have
all wet.
done without getting
But it
kicked
is.
puddle water out.
Oh my
I'm not
god,
sure
this
why
is
I'm
where
confident I'm
the
right.
guy just completely messed up. And I try not to get annoyed at people,
We kind of
but
do a lot of that.
what's wrong?
I'm talking about currently how I am right, because it is about to start raining. And I was like, it's about to start raining. And then I don't think it did. But yeah, this guy really messed up your
I was so annoyed. I asked for an American Dream, which is cherry ice
Gone to
cream,
hide in the bushes away from
the blue raspberry. The blue raspberry is my favourite, and he gave it to me. I don't think you see it. There was literally the tiniest bit of blue raspberry in the top, a bit of ice cream, and all cherry. I was like, that's not half and half like it's meant to be. You forgot to put the blue raspberry, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't want it now, thank you. Like, I'm just gonna have a blue raspberry one because this. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, this isn't what this is meant to be.
yeah, like I wanted half of this to be blue because I like blue.
And I was like, just give me the blue one, please. Like, and he was like, I'll just have both. I was like, all right then. But like, so I ended up giving you one, didn't I? Because you actually
Which-
like cherry.
Yeah, and I feel like it
So we're
must.
gonna get the boat back.
Of course, you felt bad about doing it because it does feel very like, oh, that one you've made, I don't want it anymore. You've just wasted your time and I've wasted product. But really, like, it was completely not as advertised. There was barely any blue in it, and
Literally, it was like you put a dribble on the top. It's not even.
you know it does suck. But you didn't make that right.
No.
And I wanted a correct one. I wanted it to be.
And I didn't
as
have any
it's
dining
supposed to
credits
be.
left, so I was paying for that. So I wanted
Yeah.
it to be correct. Oh, I had a little sleep on Spaceship Air. I just remember falling asleep as we were like going up towards the manatee. Manatee?
Manatees. What?
Oh, amazing.
Mammoths.
Manus. And then and then waking up at the bit where the woman's like with the computer with her yellow tights. Again, yellow. And then falling back asleep, and then you poking me and being like,
Okay.
gotta get off now. I'm like,
Yeah, I tried to wake you up like several times throughout, and like you just didn't move. And I was like, guess I'm just riding Space Beth solo, and I'm just gonna wake you up when we get to the bottom.
You like that though. You
Or
don't
maybe I'll just get out and leave, and then you can just sort of
Go
go
around
around
again. need to remember to put my hair
Hair
up.
ties.
I remembered this time to hold it down. Then I was like, nah.
And I like just keep glancing at the camera because I'm just paranoid that it's gonna stop recording. For some reason, I was just really worried that it would stop recording and we wouldn't have that footage of us on test track, and it was gonna ruin the vlog. And I was like,
It'd be tough to
looking back at it now, I'm like, you really don't need to worry that much. Like the GoPro will keep recording.
But if it doesn't, that's fine.
And
We've
if it
already
doesn't,
got.
yeah, we can work around this. Like we've dealt with worse.
Like, I know at the time, and I know in hindsight, like, I can understand that we were kind of done. But me now, when we're like, I think we're kind of done, I'm like, no, you're at Disney World, you must do it all the time. But we were
We
done.
were very tired, and like we hadn't fully like recovered after the 24-hour
No.
day. So like our knees, joints, and like all of the muscles are just aching in pain from that, because that was a very, very long day, and we've done Disney hard for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And, you know, we do open till close in pretty much every park that we go to on every single day, and that's a lot. So I mean, I know I get the sentiment, but like neither of us were really feeling it. Like we would have been going to do stuff for the hell of it, but we were
Yeah.
in like a lot of pain from this.
Oh, last theme park of the holiday.
Well, depending on what we're doing tomorrow. But
No, it was the last theme park of the
we kinda
holiday,
have
and
to
then.
start making our way back in a bit anyway.
Oh, although we went back to the hotel and I had the best nap. It was so needed. Oh my god, I honestly was like thinking about we might have to cancel California Grill because I felt that bad, didn't I?
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
were
just gonna have
not
a
really
look.
that there during that meal, but
No, I really wasn't. Looking back, I don't really remember the meal. I think I was like so like, you know when you that
I
time,
had a really nice
You had a
time.
nice meal. I'm pretty
you
sure I
were
had
not
a
the
nice
best
time.
company.
Oh,
No, it was still really nice. It was just you were very sort of tired, and it was starting to hit us, and that's why I'm not going to criticize our decision here to leave like fairly early in the day,
yeah.
because we needed to do that to enjoy our last meal, and I think that's also important. Cut your days short when you need to, keep them long when you don't want to.
I mean, yeah, I suppose we had done like 2 weeks of park from open till close every day.
Yeah. one park from 24 hours.
Yeah, I think if we didn't have the 24-hour event, we'd have been able to stay a lot later.
Yes, but that just took its toll, and we were just pushing that further and further down the line because there wasn't really a good day to like properly catch up on that.
So we're on our way back to the front of the park to pick up Sarah's bags and stuff.
I'm so sad.
Very
We're just going to check out the Art of Disney because it's a really cool.
I'm kind of sad they're getting rid of this bit of the world, like the future world, because I like those. Like, I know you don't like them, but they're like
We'll have to be
the
careful
what they
not to
called
find out much.
kite-looking things.
Yeah, like the
Sheets.
don't know what they're supposed to be called. Like
Marquee type thing.
yeah.
That guy taking that picture. You get that shot. I say I'd like to buy some more art next time, but honestly, we haven't put up the last bit of art that we got.
We haven't, no, because we just can't find a proper framer.
We need to get a house that we own that we can be like, there is a spot for that piece of art, not we're making do with a rental.
Yeah, that was a very speculative piece. We were like, one day
We'll find
we'll
somewhere to
have
put
a
it.
frame and a space on a wall.
It
where
would
this
go
could
above
live
our bed,
perfectly.
it's just we have not done that
I
yet.
don't think it does. I think it would need. It's too narrow. Like I want something nice and landscape over the bed.
Maybe we put it...
I still think it would have looked
In
great
here,
in
above
here
my
on
desk.
like one of these walls, like maybe up on
Yeah,
that one
that'd
with
be
like a
nice.
couple in a line just across there. But
Because I still have all my film prints from Universal, but...
yeah,
Maybe
So
when we're
we're
rich
back
and
to
famous
Sarah.
and we can have two offices,
Sarah
we can have
didn't
one
feel very
Universal themed and one Disney themed.
So she had a bit of a sleep
Oh,
and had some caffeine.
this
Got
is where we had to
changed.
cut out me swearing because I didn't have my magic pad and I was like, ah,
Probably.
yeah.
beep.
Well, like can't put that in the vlog.
Caffeine today. Good thing I remember mine.
Also, I forgot Ash's ID and he was getting wine and he was very mad.
I was because you said you'd pick it up and you'd carry it and you had it in your bag and then you didn't
Bring a
with
bag.
you.
And
I
it was the
like,
place that had a whole wall of wine.
Yeah, I can't go to a restaurant with a wall of wine and not have some wine. What? Don't do this to me. But yeah, I mean,
Luckily,
it did work out.
My camera and my tripod.
because they could have asked us for ID, but they chose not to.
Yeah,
And
which
we
I
are
very,
over
very much appreciate.
21, so it's not like we were lying. It's just the new
No.
ID on us.
And it was 2005, so I was 24 and you were 25.
Yeah.
And
But
so I mean, we were definitely under that kind of bracket of ID. Anyone under 25 is usually like a common one, or 30 in some places. So
I probably could have.
I'm really grateful to that guy for just really not
Because
asking.
we went to the bar, I think, rather than the table.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Nah, not too bad.
It's a
I
good
like
wine.
that hair clip.
Which hair clip?
Just got a hair clip in, but I've just pulled my fringe back slightly and I like it.
Ah,
So I'm used to it.
don't need that anymore. Your hair's all short.
No, hair left.
It didn't leave. You cut it off.
It's gone, bye.
Didn't just decide to up and go one day.
You have to do a huge loop around the bus bit. So you can
I
get out.
wonder if the minivans would drop people off here rather than the transport and ticket centre.
I don't know.
Because that would save a lot of people time.
Yeah, would make a lot of sense.
On the railing, just towards the left side.
You weren't sure where
That's cool.
the restaurant was, were you?
No, I've never really been in the Contemporary. We've always gone through it on the
Yeah.
monorail, and it's always been one of those ones that I've liked the outside of the building, but I've never really liked the inside that
It's
much.
always looked a little bit dated, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think where they've got the restaurant and like that kind of shop bit like immediately outside like the restaurant area, it hasn't looked like, yeah, I'll go here and walk around and have a look about. So I've just always kind of not really cared about the Contemporary, and it just really surprised me that a really nice modern restaurant was at the top of it. Just by looking at the outside, it just,
To be
I just didn't assume that was going to be there.
To be fair, they just before we went, they had just redone the restaurant, which is why it was on our radar, because they'd revamped it. And I think beforehand it looked a lot more dated than what it did. 'Cause we
Right.
saw it when it was quite new. I can't remember exactly how long it had been opened for since we went, but I remember it being a new one, and that's why we went.
That would make a lot of sense then. It does make a lot of
No,
sense.
it's a good way to help pass the time just a little bit if you do end up waiting for a lot of stuff.
What are we even talking about at this point?
Obviously, you talk first, but everyone runs out of things.
Oh.
Having park Wi-Fi and being able to check your phone and
I
stuff
love
in
that.
Magic Kingdom.
I'm
that was
full
good.
on that.
It was very, very
Check your
useful.
phone and
A
catch
lot
up
of
on
utility
a
in
little
that.
bit
You
of
can
the
look
real
so
world.
much stuff up, and
Even
there
though
isn't
we like
that
to
sort
pretend
of
it doesn't exist while we're in Disney.
back in the 90s feel of I want to know something and there are no books here, so therefore I don't know it. And it's like that's not fun to go back to.
And we had the train. This was me telling the thing about how you could go through Virgin. I don't even know if they do it anymore.
where it's like a
Wholemeal
big
package.
excursion, you get veg,
I just don't think limos are cool anymore.
and they'll take you
Do you remember being a kid when you'd see a limo and you'd be like, oh my god, is
There's a
someone
celeb.
famous
Do you know what? I
in
have
that?
a really funny story about this. So I can't remember how old I was. Anyway, me and loads of my friends were going to a Britney Spears concert, and we decided to get a limo, but we got there so early that the people that were there thought Britney was turning up for the rehearsals because we stopped at the side because we couldn't fit down the front, and some people came up to the car thinking it was Britney's car, and then we got out and they were like, oh,
Yeah, and it's just
I'm not Britney Spears. I
actual
apologise.
famous people don't usually do that because
They use SUVs and.
they use proper cars.
But back in the day, like film premieres, all the limos were lined up.
They're so tacky.
They're very 90s, aren't
They
they?
really are. They really are.
Now, like, they're the old Hummers. I feel Hummers are now the new, like...
I've been in.
Oh, this
This
is
is where you leaned back too far and you fell off the chair, wasn't it?
yes.
Seen that part of it, but I don't think I've really ever actually been.
Did
I
you-
think also this is the part where I start filming with my sunglasses on and then realise I look like a massive idiot wearing sunglasses inside. Such like a not cool move.
No.
Pretty good.
It's a very dad move.
It is. Like, what's happening to me?
Becoming an old man.
No.
Take those sunglasses on. Oh, it's too bright. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Carry this heavy
You could
bag
see her, like the one that just
Yeah,
walked past,
she was
just
looking at you.
at me because I'm sat there with my big GoPro rig still, like just
With your
sat in the
sunglasses
chair
on,
talking
thinking
to
you're
my
a
camera.
celeb. I
Well,
don't
you
really
know.
like the look of the foyer. This is the where you check in.
Really? This is like main check-in?
This is check-in.
Oh, yeah. No, this isn't.
Or is this concierge?
I thought this was concierge and they had more desks on the upper level, I think.
No, because this is the level the cars come in.
Yeah, but I think you come in and go up unless you're like
I
dealing
don't
with
know.
that.
I
I think
don't
this is
think
transport queries.
No, I
They've
don't.
got to have more check-in desks. For the size of the hotel it is, there's no way that that's it.
No, I thought there was
Really?
more along there. Like it's a whole row of them. Because look, you can see where the light
Not
starts.
too bad, but
I
it's
don't
just
know.
going to be super.
I'm
bad.
pretty sure it is.
Back a break, I
Who
think.
knows?
Me. Oh, this was so fun. I loved seeing Wishes from a different angle.
Yes.
It's going to be weird to see the Tron coaster there.
Oh,
next
yeah.
to... It's going to... The castle's going to look teeny tiny next to them both. Oh! The sound is terrible, but the...
Yeah, this was an awful clip.
What
for
is
sound.
this? The water pageant. And they're doing Under the Sea. Dee dee dee.
You're so happy.
I loved it.
I know, I've got no verse.
I'm just
I
looking
was-
at myself in that shirt, just with all the weight I've put on this holiday.
Same. And
It's not a good look.
oh, I hated how high that was. I was so scared. And then there were
Yeah.
kids running up and down and they were making the floor shake and I was like, just stop. And there was a window the other side which you could see.
You're having such a good
I
time.
loved it up there. Well, I didn't love it up there, that's a lie. I loved the water pageant and there being no one else up there. That was nice.
Yeah,
I
that
liked
was
that a
really
lot.
nice. That was a really, really nice way to end like that day and to end pretty much the holiday. I
Yeah.
think that was a really, really nice,
Good job,
nice
me.
time. Yeah. Well, didn't I say that it would be nice on the last day? You were like, "What day should we do it?" And
I
was
don't
like,
remember
"We
this
should do it
happening.
on the last day so that we can watch Wishes one last time from the roof."
Maybe that happened.
And then you
Maybe
were
it
like, "Yeah, I guess we can do that. Or maybe move something around. I've got something different planned on that day." And I was like, "Yeah, move it around. This would be great."
Okay. So that is the penultimate day. So the final day we have is a very short one.
It is a very, very short
It's
one.
us going downtown Disney, going to the airport, me
Yeah.
getting Pinkberry, being annoyed that I didn't spend all my money, and then getting on a plane.
Yeah. So
Then-
we shall see that one next week, and we'll be all concluded.
So thank you for watching, everyone, and we will see you next week, the final episode.
Yes.
Bye!
Bye.